What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back to Once Human. Alright, so to start off, we gotta talk to Claire.
Hey, you're back. Any luck?
We didn't find anything. It was only a partial success. I've recovered your goods, but I want to keep it.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to say. I figured things went wrong when my team didn't come back, but I still had my hopes, you know?
Are you alright? I'm sorry.
Don't worry about me. I've been through the ringer plenty of times before. I still owe you my thanks for finding out what happened. And for bringing back my stuff. Here's the reward I promised. I'm a woman of my word. Well, now that that's settled, I think I'll move my trade over to the Broken Delta. If you need anything, come find me in Myers Market there.
Sounds like a new place for us to unlock. Talking to Samuel Loa and view Mary's message.
Bravo! The mayfly that brought down the fearsome, ravenous hunter.
You're quite well informed, aren't you?
Hard to imagine such a little bit of gel transforming into such a monstrous creature, isn't it? Or that it could have caused such chaos across the wetlands simply by spreading its mimetics. Just to make sure, you didn't destroy it, did you?
Of course not. Not this time.
Fantastic. You've more than proven yourself, I must say. It's a shame that most people don't appreciate the beauty of these fascinating entities. But clearly, you are different. I'd be glad to share my knowledge of deviations with you. I only have one small favor to ask in return. Capture as many of them as you can for me.
How do you know so much about deviations?
I simply pay attention and use my imagination. I think the deviations respect that. To quote a favorite poem of mine, I know that I exist because you imagine me.
The thing is, I don't want to gather them for him. I want to gather them for myself. And that wasn't like an option.
Looks like you'll be able to handle yourself just fine. I'll leave the deviation in there to you. As for me, I'm headed to the Broken Delta.
You traversed the Dayton wetlands and now you're ready to step into the far more dangerous Broken Delta region. Open the map and check the layout of the Broken Delta and plan the next phase of your adventure.
At a settlement called Myers Market. Maybe I'll see you there.
Maybe you'll set up another waypoint, that way I can just teleport.
But it's time to move on. Before we set out for Myers Market though, we'd better upgrade our weapons and armor. Things might be even more dangerous over there. We could also relocate our territory to make things easier.
Can you not see that I'm a mayfly?
Ever hear of the mayflies? I'm here to solve problems, not cause them.
Oh yeah, you've got one of those weird backpacks. Cradle, right? We had another one of you guys come by here not too long ago. He didn't exactly impress anyone. So, you here to clean up his mess? We've got a pretty urgent Stardust problem. But how do I know you'll actually help?
Well, for one, I'm facing the wrong way, so that's a clear sign that I will help you. For two, I can't promise anything, but I'll try till if you let me in. I mean, maybe. We'll see.
I can't make any promises if I don't know what's going on. It's like going to the doctor. You gotta diagnose the illness before you can solve it.
Well, at least you're a better talker than that last mayfly. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna check with the mayor.
I'm right here. Let the mayfly in.
Understood, ma'am.
Ha! That's right. I'm not sure if that happened because I was driving into town on the motorcycle. I thought it would be fine though. Now, this game is getting updated literally every single day, so expect a whole bunch of fixes by the time you guys play this game. It actually runs really well. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you the mayor?
Maxie Rodriguez. I'm the mayor here.
Straightforward. I like it.
I'm a mayfly. You've probably never heard of me, but I heard about your town when I was traveling north. You've got something strange going on here?
Strange is putting it lightly. It's been about half a year now. Pregnant animals here, even pregnant people, all get infected by stardust and turn into these trees. Not normal trees either. We tried everything to save them. None of it worked. You can go ahead and see for yourself. There's some strange shit, all right.
There you'll find override features that can help you in combat unlock the corresponding nodes to enjoy these benefits. Explore the wilderness and engage in combat to unlock override features and nodes. Each scenario has different cradle, allowing you to tailor to your gear and combat style around the override feature available during your current scenario. Okay, nice. Obviously, we gotta open up the cradle thing. Focus Maxine, head to a suitable location and talk to her. Okay, so it looks like they don't have the dialogue working in this part yet. That person have a jellyfish on their head. Learn more about the situation in the Myers Market from Maxine.
Now, let's get down to business. We've got nowhere else to go. And so far, no one else who can solve this problem. 2 months ago, a mayfly going by the name of Talon arrived. We hired him to fix the problem. Instead, he ran away with his deposit. I'm not inclined to trust any more mayflies, but I also don't have any other options. You'd better not let us down like he did.
We make no promises, but you can count on me, maybe.
You have my word. I'll fix this. Is there anything else you think I should know about this case?
Does that big monolith that Rosetta built count? That
Yes.
thing's been here about as long as me. It's been abandoned for 20 years, until all of a sudden 6 months ago, it lit up with a giant beam of light.
6 months ago?
Yep, right around the time we started getting this tree trouble. I figured there's gotta be a connection between the two. But it's too dangerous around the monolith. No one can get close to there.
I'll check it out then. Anywhere else I should go?
Yeah, an area called High Banks, north of here. It's by the bridge and the south bank of the river.
What is it?
Sometimes junk or animal carcasses wash up there, so it attracts beasts and desperate people looking for food. You might find something useful there.
A desperate person?
Why do I feel like you have someone in mind?
There was a woman. The town voted to kick her out. Collectively. She was also infected. Later, deep in High Banks, I saw it. Her. She didn't look like Agnes. She became something else, something I can't describe. I think she might have been the very first to be infected.
The first infected person? That sounds useful. When you say she was infected, then was she also...
Pregnant? Yeah. I never said life out here was easy. Any other questions?
Wanted to ask you about the Mayfly Talon.
Hey, what was up with that mayfly who came here before me? Why didn't he solve the problem?
Who the hell knows? Hadn't seen a mayfly for years. Didn't even know there were any left in Nowcott. Then he showed up 2 months ago wearing his cradle, looking all gloomy, depressed. We didn't have many other options, so I asked him if he could solve our problem. He didn't say much, took some food and batteries as a deposit, then did some research. I saw him coming in and out for a few days. In the end, he crept out without saying a word. All he left behind were some ripped up notes and empty cans.
Notes? Where did Talon end up? Well, she's not going to know that answer, but what about the notes?
Wait a minute. What kind of notes? Were they research into deviations?
They're full of broken symbols and jargon. Just impossible to understand. I tossed them into the corner of the market's office if you want to see them yourself.
Okay, where did he end up?
Left without a trace?
Some residents saw him sneak out through the north gate before dawn. If he didn't go to that swamp you came from, then he must have gone to a settlement called Greywater northwest of here. Anyway, we never saw him again. Communications with Greywater have been cutting out recently. So I don't know if that son of a bitch ever passed through or not.
Alright, so secret flavors. Investigate Talon's notes. Seems simple enough. Alright, so what we got here? A spontaneously triggered result, but obviously inductive with traces of blank intervention. It can be confirmed. A pregnant woman blank bewitched a trial, strong collective emotions, prejudice, jealousy, helplessness. Noticed by blank after being exiled, her change, a desperate prayer. Blank responded almost like a religious blessing. Tranquility and eternal life. At what price? No price, but it's still unbearable. This seems completely readable. Obviously, there's things redacted. But she was acting like it was a bunch of like symbols and like craziness. That wasn't too crazy. I think it's on the other side of the wall. Oh, it's on the bookshelf. Alan Mayfly, Victor Hammett told me when the operation was going to start, but never asked if I actually agreed to it. We're rangers in the wilderness. Our duty should be to eliminate deviation stardust infestations, to protect survivors and huddled in their settlements. Why would Mayflies want to invade Rosetta Domain? Have we met Victor Hammett? For some reason, that name seems like super familiar. And they also encourage you to build another base, but we spent so long finding a good spot for our base, I don't know if we should move it. Over next to this new settlement, we do find tin. So that'd be right outside the Myers Market on this little road here. There's going to be tin deposits right next to this little rift anchor. It was honestly on the way in here, and there wasn't any like fights or anything I had to do, so I didn't include it in the video. But it was super easy. Alright, Mushroom Head, you gotta sell me something cool. What do you got? 3, to use to correspond motorcycle. Oh, it's a color. Okay, and now she uses a different currency. We don't have any of these. For redeeming rare items in the Sproutlet merch shop, obtained through the Cargo Scuffle rewards. Okay, so this is like the different money for each of the factions and how we start paying for stuff. Alright, so our next monolith is going to be found here. Are we going to be already in the next boss fight? I'm glad you made it here, Mayfly. I can't believe you actually managed to kill the Great One. You had that much confidence in me, huh? Don't get me wrong. I had hopes for you, but I've had my hopes dashed before. You, though, you're the real thing. It's a good thing, too. Most people are in trouble, and even worse, the Dayton Wetlands. Thank you for taking out another Great One. Of course. Who do you think we are? Skip that line. We're good. Ever since the monolith reopened here, the pregnant women, even pregnant animals, have been transforming into strange trees. There's a question that's affecting the Great One, and if it goes unchecked, it'll be hard for life in this area to continue. Yeah, that doesn't sound very good at all. It gets worse. I don't know if you're familiar with the cult of creation, but there's a group of Great One worshipping fanatics. They think what's happening here is some kind of miracle. They've taken over the area leading to the monolith and want to plant some holy forest there. I don't think I need to tell you what kind of trees they have in mind. Right, so shoot all the crazy people. Are we good? Yes, I need to go through them to get to the monolith. I mean, it sounds simple enough. What's the catch? I guess I better make sure I'm well armed. We're good. We got a shotgun, crossbow. Of course, you also need deviations to access the rift space and reach the Great One. Do you have a fragment to kill one? Not yet. Any day where I can find one? Once that's taken care of, you can fight your way into the monolith and kill the Great One. You've already done the impossible once, I'm sure. Hope you can do it again. Alright, so now it looks like we go. That place has been marked the whole time. Oh. I thought the big house up on the tree was the abandoned hideout. I'm going to assume it is this very big looking bunker. The security camera was the level for a second. Almost took him out in one hit. This is the deepest part of the High Banks lair. Strange there's nothing here. Well, that's the floating jellyfish. Which we still haven't made the submachine gun. That might be something we can try out next episode. They do encourage moving though, so I'm not sure if we should move our base. I like the location that we got. Obviously, it's not going to be a good for like later game material, so maybe we'll keep it for now until we get to a part where we actually need like the later materials. Inside of there, but I don't know how to open it. Maybe going in from the right direction will work. For my specific playstyle, though, I do highly recommend the crossbow. Okay, now there's like some purple glows and stuff going on, so I think we're in the right area. Mainly because you get your ammo back. It seems reliable. 1 to 2 hit kills on most things. Obviously, you don't want to use a crossbow on a boss. But, you know, for like regular enemies like these guys, might as well. It's quiet, so you're not going to alert the whole neighborhood. Mostly. That's right, get on the ground. Woo! Oh, I can step on him. Well, that might be my new favorite way to kill him. And we're getting a whole bunch of cool picture frames to decorate our house with. This was definitely worth it. Brenna, I questioned you because I was worried about losing. Now my weak and dying body is all I have, and the little one is carrying is no difference. I promised tranquility and immortality in your name, but now I regret. What on earth happened here? And I also like the fact that our flashlight only matters to us. Like, it doesn't actually attract the enemies to us. Which, I mean, it would be cool if it attracted the enemies, but at the same time, I like being able to see. Oh, great. So we're nearing over encumbrance. We'll be fine for now. The plan is going to be just to keep on picking stuff up, and eventually we're going to get back to our base and make a storage box. Okay, so this Murmur is like totally different. Are they going to have like parkour challenges that you have to do instead of actually finding enemies? Like, is there a possibility of falling through the trees if you take the wrong step? Thing's level 20. Oh, and it sees me. Already. I should have had the shot or the sniper out. Alright, so hold on. While it's doing whatever it's doing. Alright, so I got my sniper now. Yeah, don't worry, I got ammo. Alright, so those things are doing a number on our health. We do have things to heal us, though. You know, it's the first time we actually, like, have been in a bad state enough to where we need to heal. By the way, if anyone's curious about the little, like, bar on the right side, our sanity gum will get rid of that so we can heal ourselves eventually. It's just... it hasn't gotten low enough for it to bother me, really, so I'm not really going to do anything about it until then. Shooting the little balls that he was shooting would do damage, but it looks like it just blew it up instead of actually hitting us. Insane is doing 388, so I mean, this is good. If you are under leveled, I definitely recommend using the sniper and making a ton of bullets. It's piercing through his armor, so I think we're actually hitting his critical spot. There we go. Nice! Now we can advance up. That book, I can feel his power. I've felt this calm since Paul left. I know what this is, and I mustn't touch it. But I can't resist the calm, that sense of peace I thought I'd feel. Well, I, for one, definitely think we need one of these things at our base. I mean, it'd be so cool to plant one of them. I mean, obviously, you know, the whole killing us part wouldn't be cool, but we'll fix it. I've left some canned corn, instant oats, and great cheese in the pantry. If you find yourself in trouble, make sure to call for help so the neighbors hear you. Thank you, Maxie. Changed so much. Respectful all of a sudden. Really? Bad. You shouldn't go along. You're very busy. Nancy is worried about you, and so is Benjamin. You should consider moving back in with them. That way things will be easier for the baby as born. Tell them thank you, but I'm staying here. I can look after myself and my child. Brenna. Huh? You're like a daughter to me as a sister. Can you at least promise me one thing? Promise me if you ever find yourself in trouble, you'll come find me. Alright. I really wish the cutscenes were voiced again. Oh, okay, so this one does a whole different power? Joke's on you, I never jumped up. Alright, so all we gotta do is blow it up, and I assume we're getting towards the end of this, the way she was talking. There we go. Nice. Okay, so you jump on that little portal there, it zips you up top. Obviously, we've already killed the big plant, so we don't have to worry about you. Dang. I don't know what that was, but I'm not taking a risk. Banisher! Cultists are forbidden in the Myers Market. She's got the Cult of the Creation books and those secret altars. Rock solid proof. She's guilty! Alright, so the problem is this thing just keeps spawning in between them. Banishing her will be a little better than a death sentence, but it's true. But she knowingly broke the stronghold rules. Votes counted, and that means Maxie. Sorry, Brenna. You'll have to leave. Alright, so let's go find out what Treant's copy is. Yeah, it would be too easy to fight him right here, wouldn't it? Thing looks huge. Oh, and we tickle him. Okay, headshots matter. I wonder what level this thing is. Alright, buddy, you look super cool. So when it has the weird form, it has like a girl at the top, and if you just snipe at it, you do a ton of damage. Alright, this little rock here. Perfect. And I do need to go back to our base and actually have one of our entity buddies actually synchronize with us, because for some reason it reset and I don't have them synchronized anymore. So I accidentally rolled off the cliff and it seems like it put her in like a stuck state, so this might be the best way to kill her at the moment. She's not doing like the waves on the ground, and I mean, if we can just sit here the whole time behind this rock while she's shooting the rock and shoot her in the face, kind of cheesy, but it is killing her. And a dead boss is a dead boss. Level 12. Oh, really? You want to spawn me right next to him? Alright, well, it looks like now that we slayed them, the next mission is just to do the rifts. Seems simple enough. I think we fully looted this place. Oh, I lied. There's much further down. No. This is where we came from. Alright guys, well that's going to it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.